This is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and I hope you watch to the end as we continue the investigations in Lamplight City. Now, we had just recently discovered that our artist is technically homeless. Which changes a lot of things. So let's go back and talk with the man.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Could I ask you a few more questions?
Yes, I suppose so.
Is it true that Miss Lathan recently changed her will to make you her beneficiary?
Yes. You can imagine my surprise.
My understanding is she left you quite a significant sum.
I don't see how that's any of your business, but yes, she did. I'm very lucky. Oh, I see what you're getting at. You're thinking I killed her for her money. Is that it?
I never said anything of the sort, Mr. DeBay.
No, but I can see it in your eyes. Look, Desiree considered me the son she never had, and she was like my second mother. I would never, ever even think of doing something so horrid.
Oh, I'm sure he wouldn't.
Let's ask about Herman
I've
then.
met your roommate, Herman.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Fordham. I have no roommates.
Really? You don't live at 775 Pumblechook Place, in a rather cozy hovel?
How dare you, sir? I've done nothing to deserve such insults. I would appreciate it if you took your leave of me now.
Herman wasn't kidding about this one being proud.
No, he wasn't.
Well, it's fitting that Mr. DeVay is an artist, because I think he's painted us a pretty clear picture of what happened to Ms. Lathan.
Yes, he has.
I'm guessing it's locked, but all the tools an artist... I feel...
Yep. So we've now... I want to see here. Anything more
That's
from
not the
Herman?
bother.
Okay, nothing further from Herman. Let's go to Brentwell. I want to make sure there's nothing more
I don't
here.
think that...
Okay. So we've ruled those are done. That's pretty much done, I wonder.
We haven't got...
What's that?
nothing else.
Okay, nothing for him. Alright.
Nothing more to ask her about.
We've exonerated her, it seems. I wonder.
Welcome back, Mr. Fordham.
I don't think there's anything...
Yeah.
I'll be going now.
May this...
So, we are ruling a lot out. Police station. And I don't think there's anything more.
Nothing new to add.
Yeah, I think we've come to the conclusion now.
Got a moment, Upton?
Yes, but let's make this quick.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this...
I'm done with the Lathan case.
Oh? What have you got?
Alright. Because I don't believe it's human combustion. Margaret Andrews, but I think...
She was murdered by Roger DeVay, a professor of art at the university, in order to claim her inheritance. DeVay befriended Miss Lathan and even painted her portrait, but his failure to establish a name for himself and earn a living from his art was driving him mad. Miss Lathan cared for him as a son, and recently changed her will, naming Roger as her sole beneficiary. Roger knew of this, and decided killing Miss Lathan was the best way to solve his financial troubles.
Yeah.
And how did he manage to do so?
Desiree had given him a key to her apartment. While she shouted out around the ball, he entered and left a pile of rags soaked in linseed oil under her bed. She arrived home drunk and passed out, unaware that the rags were growing hotter in a minute. Eventually, the oil burst into flames, burning the rag pile as well as poor Miss Lathan.
How awful.
Yep.
Well, I'll certainly pass along the information. An astounding series of events.
Indeed.
Although I'm sorry you won't be able to gloat to Snelling that you solved the case before his detectives did.
I can find another means of dismissed, I think.
Good work, Fordham. As usual, I'll send anything your way as soon as I get it.
And we solved the third case.
Roger.
Yes. What is it?
You're under arrest for the murder of Desiree Lathan.
I see.
Come with me. We need to ask you questions. Station. And you up there. Make yourself decent, would you?
Dearest, I'm back.
There you are. I was starting to get worried you wouldn't make it home in time.
Time, what?
For dinner at Rutherford's. I told you about it the other night, don't you remember?
Terrible story here. Must slip my mind.
How can you have yet presented the prize for husband of the years beyond me?
There's still some time for you to get ready if you hurry.
Why don't we spend the next quiet evening together? I'd much prefer that.
We've had a quiet evening in every night for the past 3 weeks. I need to get out of the house.
Go ahead without me. Please give advantage of my regrets.
So you're just going to sit here at home by yourself?
I'll probably just catch up on my reading or try and get some sleep. Maybe I'll get around to reading that story in Bratwell's.
All right, suit yourself. I shouldn't be home too late, but don't wait up.
Have a wonderful time, my love.
Yeah, I don't want to go drinking.
Alone at last.
If only I were.
Careful what you wish for, Miles. You just might get it.
Seeing as I won't, I think another trip to the Angel's in order.
Oh, you're gonna break your word in addition to lying? That's bold.
Nonsense. I'll be home in no time. It'll just be a quick drink to calm my nerves and get you out of my hair.
I think I need a machete for that, Fordham.
Very funny.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't do the drink.
So, that last case was really something. Classic example of murder for money. Such a shame. Perhaps with Roger in jail, Miss Lathan's riches will go to a more worthy cause, like feeding the poor. You're not listening to me, are you? Oh, right, you've had 2 drinks already. Fine, I'll just see myself out.
Copper for your thoughts, Miles?
I was just thinking about my wife. I've been letting things get to me and, well, I haven't been entirely fair to her.
I'm sorry to hear that, friend. You know, I'm always here to listen.
Indeed, and I appreciate it, but I've dug my own hole. I'm the only one who can get myself out of it.
One last gin for the road?
No.
Ah, hell, why not?
Oh, boy.
It's later than I thought. Addie must be asleep.
No, she isn't.
I thought you said you were staying in tonight. What happened to you?
Nothing. I went out for a bit and lost track of time.
Miles, you're dead drunk.
No, of course I'm not.
Oh, boy.
Don't you dare keep lying to me, Miles. It's obvious. I can smell it on you.
But I'm not drunk. I only had 2, I think.
I don't care how many you had. You promised me this wouldn't happen again. Where exactly did you go tonight anyway?
Let's be honest on this.
I was at the Angel.
The Angel? But why would you go there?
I suppose I was just trying to relive the old days.
So why didn't you tell me you were going?
I don't know.
Miles, this has to stop. First it was that sleep medicine, now you've started to go out drinking yourself into a stupor after you explicitly promised me you wouldn't again.
Oh, boy.
It's clear that you've been keeping something from me and using drugs and drink as a way to avoid dealing with it.
No, really, it's just...
No, Miles. I'm tired of the lies. I heard what you said when I came home from my appointment with Mrs. Lefebvre. God forbid Adelaide ever find out about something. I wanted to think I'd imagined it, so I let it go. But I've come to realize just how wrong I was.
Addie, please.
Enough. No more excuses, no more lying. I just want to hear the truth.
Then let's tell her the
What is it you're
truth.
not telling me?
I can't tell you, Addie. I'm sorry, but if I do, you'll think I'm crazy.
Do you know what I think is crazy, Miles? The fact that you think it necessary to lie to your own wife. Am I to believe that for all these years you've never felt you could trust me?
Of course not. It's just that this is different.
A lie is a lie, Miles. And the bottom fact is you've been lying to me for months. Perhaps I was too naive or too distracted to see what was really going on, but you finally opened my eyes. This can't go on. I refuse to let it go on.
What are you saying?
Get out, Miles, and don't come back until you're ready to tell me the truth.
Addie, you don't mean that.
I do mean it, Miles.
Oh, boy.
I don't care where you spend the night, but it's not going to be here. If you ever decide you want to tell me what's going on, I'll listen. But until then, just go.
We gotta tell her the truth.
Oh,
Oh boy, did we put our mouth in it. Now we go to Upton's place.
Take me away from all my troubles. So far away from all the worries in my life. Who in the ether is calling at this time of night? Oh, Miles! Please come in. It's so nice to see you outside of work.
Oh, I get a hug and a kiss? Is that how it works now?
You put up your rough and tough attitude, but I know deep down you're really a kitten.
Yeah, well now it's time to face the music.
Upton, are you drunk?
No, of course not. I admit I like to have a glass of wine or 6 to unwind after work, but I can hold my own.
Well, I'm glad you're not, because I am.
Wait, what's going on? Is everything all right?
No, I'm afraid I've made a mess of things at home. Addie threw me out.
Oh, Miles. I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Not as sorry as I am, believe me.
What happened?
It's really not worth getting into.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
just say I need to figure some things out about my life.
Don't we all?
Constance, I hate to impose, but
Of course you can stay here, Miles. As long as you need to.
thank you. I won't need much space. That chair in the corner should do nicely.
Are you sure? You won't be uncomfortable?
I've slept in worse places, believe me.
All right. Well, I should probably be getting to bed. Early morning tomorrow and all that.
Of course. Have a good night, Upton, and thank you again for letting me stay.
Not a problem.
Hey.
Good night.
There are things that we shouldn't keep from our spouses. 1 week later. Oh no.
Ah, election night. The perfect opportunity to switch out one rich swindler for another. Don't know why you're wasting your time. It's not as though the Prime Minister actually does anything. It's oddly quiet in here. Maybe my mustache drawing campaign had an effect after all.
Good evening, sir. Are you registered to vote?
Yes, I am. Here's my registration card.
Very good, Mr. Fordham. You've come at an excellent time. Go ahead and step inside a booth. Take as long as you need.
Thank you, young man.
Let's take a look at things here. Do you want to be replaced by a machine? Have you or someone you love been injured or killed by steam tech? Is it hard to understand how anyone could fall for the aethericity lie? Hart Leroy, the man of the people. Politicians are con artists. Politicians are con artists are trying to play you for a fool. The true future of Vespuccia lies in the sweat of its workers. Don't fall for the lies and flights of fancy. Steam tech is not the solution. Hart Leroy will ensure that jobs are kept and strive to create even more of them. Keep your head out of clouds and your feet on the ground. Vote Leroy. Atwood. Re-elect Herbert Atwood. A vote for Atwood is a vote for progress. Truth of the matter is that STEAM technology is a necessity in our modern lives. Prime Minister Atwood vows to fund etheric research and build a better, prosperous future for Vespuccia and its people. Don't be fooled by the lies and confusion of the ignorant masses.
A list of fools who think their opinion will actually make a difference. An ad for a brothel. At least they seem to know their audience. Yeah, at least you're already registered to vote. Having to go through that bureaucratic nightmare tonight would have just added insult to injury.
Yeah.
I thought they were trying to encourage people to vote. With all these rules, it's a wonder anyone bothers.
Well, let's ask.
Excuse me.
Yes, how may I help you?
Atwood seems quite fond of advancing STEAM tech, doesn't he?
That he does. He's promised to fund research of ethericity, as well as introduce more automated technology to increase production and boost Vespuccia's economy. If social progress and futurism are important to you, you'd be wise to vote for him.
Is that your official endorsement?
No, sir. Merely stating the facts.
Okay.
Leroy is really pushing this whole man of the people angle, isn't he?
Indeed. He wants to minimize the use of STEAM tech and ensure that people all have jobs. Leroy doesn't believe that ethericity exists, and instead wants to look into more practical energy sources. He also wants to prioritize the building of the bridge between Gascon and the Chum. I recommend taking those facts into consideration when making your choice in the booth.
Where is everybody?
I'm not sure. I was told to expect large crowds, but so far we haven't had more than about 50 people in here. The polls have only been open for a couple of hours, though. I imagine things will pick up around 8 o'clock.
Or it could just be that everyone has come to their senses and isn't wasting their time.
I'll just go cast my ballot then.
Very good, Mr. Fordham.
Could be a sign of how I think. However, a person who doesn't believe in progress is not necessarily a good choice, in my opinion. Add to that, though, what you need is a good balanced person. However, I don't think this choice is going to change too much. I'll vote for Atwood.
Well, that's taken care of. Thankfully, the Angel isn't a polling place, so we can still have a nice quiet evening.
Oh boy, not the Angel again. Someone knocked on the door?
What? My head is pounding. Damn withdrawal.
Actually, I think someone's knocking at the door.
Oh, right.
Who's knocking at the door?
Good afternoon, miss. If you're looking for Miss Upton, I'm afraid she's not in right now.
No, I've already spoken with Miss Upton. I'm looking for Mr. Miles Fordham.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm Miles Fordham. What can I do for you, Miss...
Mrs. Emily Morgan. I have a problem, you see. Miss Upton said you'd be able to help.
Oh.
I suppose you'd better come in. So, what seems to be the trouble?
It's my brother, Ronan Lespay. He was murdered 4 nights ago outside a tavern in the Chum.
Oh my goodness.
On election night?
Yes, I suppose it was.
Could you please tell me what happened?
Yeah.
The police took his body to the mortuary and investigated the crime scene, but they're out of ideas. I've been down there at the station every day, but they don't seem to care enough to look into it any further. All they've been able to determine was that it wasn't a robbery, and that the clothes he was wearing weren't his. My brother was a good man, Mr. Fordham. He would never have willingly gone to that part of town. I need to know why he was murdered, and I want whoever did it to pay for it.
Very well, Mrs. Morgan. I'll take your case.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Fordham.
I just need to know where your brother was killed and where I might be able to contact you.
Yes.
He was found outside the Silent Raven. It's on Alewife Avenue, on the west side of the Chum. Here, take this. It's a photo of Ronan. It might help your investigation.
All right.
And if you need to speak with me, you can come to my husband's bakery. It's here in Worcester, at 15 Drummond Street.
Very good. I'll begin my investigation right away.
Thank you again, Mr. Fordham. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Okay, we have a new case.
Well, this case has our names written all over it. Maybe it'll be good practice for finding the man who caused my death, eh?
Alright, let's look at this newspaper here. Hart Leroy won the election. Justice Killer strikes again. This victim of the serial murder is Burley Cause of Chomley. Killed by a single gunshot wound to the head. Oh my goodness. Law firm of Usher and Price announced that a class action lawsuit has been filed against Royal Maverick, which we heard. Grandam's bizarre death ruled a murder. After a full investigation by the New Britannia Police, the death of Glasgow Grandam Desiree Lathan has been ruled a murder. Chief of Police Reginald Stelling issued the following statement. Foul play was initially suspected, and our detectives determined that this was indeed the case. A suspect has been arrested and is awaiting trial. The suspect in question is Roger DeVay, an art professor at the University of New Britannia. DeVay was recently named as Miss Lathan's beneficiary, a fact which concerned detectives on the case. DeVay allegedly left rags soaked in linseed oil under Lathan's bed. After several days, the oil caught fire, burning Miss Latham alive as she slept. According to Snelling, the scene was intended to appear accidental, but thanks to the brilliant work of our finest detectives, the sordid truth was revealed. Yeah, your detectives.
Therein lies Upton's boudoir. As a matter of respect, the less said the better, I think.
Yeah.
Should have listened to your mother. You should have practiced. Mostly cookbooks. Yeah, at least you won't have to worry about starving while you're staying here.
Yeah, well,
Not
I
a
wish I
very
wasn't
inspiring
staying here.
piece. Hell, I could probably paint it better. It looks pretty similar to the one in your bedroom. I like the color of this one better, though. What a handsome couple. Judging by the uncanny resemblance, I'd say these are Upton's parents.
Yeah.
Looks like that umbrella's gotten some good use. It was quite the rainstorm we had yesterday.
Yeah.
Some fool in a hat. I never understood the appeal of silhouette portraits.
Yeah.
A lady silhouette. Pretty sure it just means the artist wasn't talented enough to draw her for real.
Okay. I think we've done enough looking around, and let's start checking on where we can go here. Oh boy. Yeah. We got thrown out. We need to fix that. Silent Raven.
What a mess.
Yep.
These advertisements are all at least 10 years out of date.
Yeah.
It's an ad for whiskey. Or perhaps paint thinner. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference.
Outline.
To think, in an instant, a man's life can be reduced to some scribbles on the filthy pavement.
Now's not the time to get poetic, Bill.
Well, let's see. Go in a Silent Raven, see if we can find anything in here.
My, this grog shop looks pretty rough, even by chum standards. Best keep a low profile while you're in here, Miles.
Didn't we see this guy at the other place?
Doesn't look like cleaning up is high on the list of priorities around here. They don't seem to have much variety in their beer selection.
Alright.
Looks like that's where they keep the good stuff. Of course, around here, good is an extremely relative term.
Well, let's talk with the barmaid real quick. And see if we can find solutions.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
what's,
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Nah, never heard of him.
He was killed here 4 nights ago. The man in this ferrotype.
Oh, that one. Well, I never saw him before that night, and I didn't talk to him. You with the police or something?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to help his sister find out what happened.
So are you done with the questions? Can I get you a drink or what?
Yeah, she's a shrewd businesswoman. You at least have to give her that.
yeah.
Were you working on election night?
Pal, I'm here most every night.
So
Okay.
that's a yes, then?
Christ on a cracker, you ain't too bright, are ya? Yes, I was here on election night.
There's no need to be rude about it, madam. Tell me what you know about the murder that took place outside on election night.
Listen, chum, do you know how busy we were that night? This was a polling place. We had gents coming in and out for hours, not to mention the regular clientele. I was up to my ass in drink orders and was running the shift all by myself. Had to break up God knows how many fights, too. So you'll excuse me if I didn't exactly notice something that happened out on the street.
Did you at least hear the gunshot?
No, I didn't. You try distinguishing a gunshot over a room full of rowdy voters. It ain't gonna happen.
That's,
What can you tell me about this place?
It's a bar. People come here to drink.
yeah.
Sometimes people drink too much, and then they're sick all over. I get the honor of cleaning up the mess.
Sounds like you're not too pleased with your job.
I never said that. There may be rough days, but there's a lot worse I could be doing. Here, I get a place to sleep and a bit to eat and a few coins in my pocket if the customers are pleased. And you are pleased, ain't you, sir?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course I am.
Good.
You mentioned regular clientele. Who are they?
Oh, we get plenty of regulars in here, too many to name.
Which of them were here on election night?
Let me think. I remember seeing 3 of the usual crowd. There was Darius, up to no good as always. Then there was Singin' Tom, but he wasn't around for too long. And how could I forget old Cormac? He'd have talked my ear off if I'd let him.
Sound like an interesting bunch of folks.
Yeah.
Where might I find the landlord?
You won't find him anywhere. He doesn't come around here more than once a month.
Oh.
What can you tell me about Darius?
Hey now, bucko. You've come in here asking me all these questions, but I ain't seen nothing from you. You want more information? You're gonna have to earn it.
Right. Give me a gin, then.
Coming right up.
Don't get carried away now, Miles.
There you are. 1 gin. That'll be 2 shillings.
There's 3. Now then, about Darius.
Now that man is trouble. I've had to throw him out a few times.
Why do
Yeah.
you say he's trouble?
His mind's affected by the poppy seed. He can be gentle as a kitten or fly into a rage at a moment's notice. When he gets rowdy, he gets chucked.
I see. Any idea where I might be able to find him?
Don't know why you'd want to find him, but I hear he spends his day at a smokehouse nearby. I believe it's on Crisparkle Lane. Just look for the door with the oriental symbols above it.
And could you describe him to me?
He's a rough-looking sort, about 55 years old, has a scar on his left cheek, grayish hair, medium build.
Excellent. Thank you.
Now we now have a person.
Who is Singing Tom?
Ah, Tom. Not sure what his surname is, but he's in here about twice a week. We call him Singin' Tom because he leads the church choir.
Is that right?
Oh.
Which church?
Oh, I haven't a clue. Never really cared to ask.
Does he associate with any of the other regulars?
I've seen him talking with Darius a few times. They seem to be on friendly terms.
Tell me about Cormac.
Yeah.
He's in here most every night. Doesn't speak to many people, just me. And a right chatterbox he is, too. Between you and me, Cormac stinks. I can understand why he doesn't keep much company.
He stinks.
Aye, he's a sewer worker. Spends all his day underground in the muck, so he always reeks of shit.
I see.
Yeah.
Any idea where specifically he works?
I believe he's at the treatment station, over near the ferry terminal.
If this is going where I think it is, then I'm especially glad I can't smell anything anymore.
Okay.
Have you worked here long?
13 years.
I see. Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
I ain't the friendly type.
Right. Understood. Any thoughts on the election?
Nah, couldn't care less, really. Doesn't matter who's in charge. My life ain't getting any better.
But it can certainly get worse with Leroy in office.
We'll see.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we have information. And I'm going to leave the bar right now. I wonder why this guy's here. Was that the other place? Anyhow. And that's going to be it for this episode. Next time around, we will continue on this fourth case. I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that we're looking at election fraud in this case. That might be the source in it. That's just a feeling I have. I haven't played this game before, so everything is flying by the seat of my pants. I'm hardly looking up anything. Unless I get stymied. I hope you've watched to the end. I appreciate that. Again, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich10X elsewhere. Besides this, I have worked through other point-and-click adventures, such as Kathy Rain, A Detective is Born. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and a few other games out there. I am also working my way through the Tomb Raider franchise, up until Chronicles. I'm currently on Last Revelation. I'm also working my way through the Sherlock Holmes series by Frogwares, currently on, as the time of this recording, the fifth game in the series chronology, second game release, Sherlock Holmes Secret of Silver Earring. I am also working my way through Alien vs. Predator, the 2010 release. I have started in on the Predator campaign. I'm working through the Henry Stickmin collection. I have about 4 more endings to find, I believe. Or 4 more endings to get, several fails to get. We're getting close to the end of that. I'm also working my way through The Witness, a nice, calm, relaxing game. And I am working my way through the Zork franchise, currently on Zork Zero. I'm doing that in a chronological order, not in release order. And I am working my way through Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure. That one's pretty blind too. And there's a bunch of other things up on the channel you may want to check out. I have retrospectives of all the games I've completed so far. And I am doing runs through Monstrum 2, and I am working my way through... I'm actually reading some of the stories I've written over the years. But there's other things. But come to the channel, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Give this video a like. I'd appreciate it. And you all have a good day. Again, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich10X elsewhere. Bye-bye.